Most people go through their entire lives without ever truly hearing anything. We live in an age of the great noise. From the moment we wake up, we are drowned in voices, the notifications on our phones, the opinions of strangers on the internet, and the constant, restless chatter of our own minds. We are taught that to be powerful, we must speak. To be noticed, we must be loud. But what if the greatest leaders, the most successful minds, and the most peaceful souls throughout history knew a secret that we have forgotten? What if the answers you are searching for are not found in more information, but in the absence of it? Today, I want to share a story with you that might feel uncomfortable at first, because it challenges everything our modern world stands for. It is the story of a king who had everything: wealth, territory, and a voice that could move armies, but he was losing his kingdom because he had lost his ability to be still. Through his journey, you will discover why silence is not just quiet. Silence is a weapon. Silence is a mirror. And for those who learn to practice it every day, silence is the ultimate teacher. If you feel overwhelmed, if you feel like you are running but going nowhere, then I invite you to put everything aside for the next 10 minutes. Don't just watch this story, listen to it. Let the silence between the words speak to you. This is the story of the ruler who found the world when he finally stopped talking. If you feel like your life is a constant whirlwind of thoughts, voices, and distractions, then this story is for you. We live in a world that rewards the loudest person in the room. We are told to speak up, to express ourselves, and to make our voices heard. But what if I told you that the greatest power you possess is not in your tongue, but in your ears? What if the secrets to the life you want are already being whispered to you, but you are too loud to hear them? Once, there was a king named King Vikram. He was a powerful man, a just man, and a man who loved to lead. But Vikram had a problem that many of us share: he talked too much. He believed that to rule was to command. He believed that to be wise was to have an answer for everything. His palace was a place of endless noise. Debates that lasted until dawn, ministers shouting over one another, and the king himself giving long, winding speeches about the future of his land. Yet, despite all the talking, the kingdom was falling apart. Crime was rising, the crops were failing, and the people were unhappy. Vikram felt like he was shouting into a storm, and the louder he shouted, the less the storm listened. One day, an old monk visited the palace. He didn't bow. He didn't speak. He simply sat in the middle of the court and closed his eyes. Vikram, annoyed by the silence, demanded, "Old man, tell me the secret to fixing my kingdom. I have tried every law and every speech." The monk opened one eye, placed a finger over his lips, and handed the king a small, wooden tablet. On it was carved one sentence: "The universe speaks in whispers, only the silent can hear it." Today, we will follow King Vikram's journey into the heart of silence. We will learn why practicing silence every day isn't just a habit, it is a life-changing power. Vikram was skeptical, but he was also desperate. He decided to leave his palace for 30 days. He left his crown on his throne and went into the deep forest with nothing but a rope. He made a vow: for 30 days, he would not utter a single word. Not a command, not a prayer, not even a sigh. In the first few days, the silence was agonizing. Have you ever tried to be silent for just 1 hour? Your mind becomes a cage of monkeys. Vikram's mind screamed at him. He thought about his ministers, his enemies, and his unfinished business. He wanted to scream at the trees. But as the first week passed, something strange happened. Because he couldn't talk, he began to notice things he had ignored for 20 years. He noticed the way the wind changed direction before a storm. He noticed that the birds didn't just chirp, they had a language of warning and a language of joy. He realized that when he was a talking king, he was always sending information. Now, for the first time in his life, he was receiving it. In the second week, Vikram moved closer to the villages at the edge of his kingdom, still maintaining his silence. He sat near the village wells and the marketplaces, dressed as a commoner. Because he was silent, people ignored him. They spoke freely. He heard the real complaints of the mothers who couldn't find clean water. He heard the whispers of the soldiers who felt unappreciated. He heard the merchants struggle with unfair taxes. When he was king, people only told him what he wanted to hear. They gave him curated truths. But in silence, he heard the raw truth. He realized that his many speeches had built a wall between him and his people. His mouth had been his prison. By the third week, the external silence began to create an internal silence. This is the stage where life truly changes. Vikram began to see his own flaws. He realized that he often spoke not to help others, but to feed his own ego. He saw that his anger was often just a loud mask for his fear. In the stillness of the forest, he met himself. When we practice silence, we can no longer run away from our thoughts. We have to face them. Vikram learned that a man who cannot control his tongue can never control his destiny. He spent hours watching a spider spin a web. He realized that the spider doesn't make a sound, yet it creates a masterpiece. Nature is silent, yet it is the most productive force in existence. When the 30 days were over, Vikram returned to the palace. His ministers were terrified. They expected a roar of commands. Instead, the king walked in, sat on his throne, and remained silent for a full hour. The ministers began to fidget. They began to confess things they hadn't even been asked about. The silence was so heavy that the dishonest officials couldn't bear it. They began to reveal their own corruption just to break the tension. Vikram realized that silence is a vacuum. When you don't speak, others rush to fill the space, and in that rush, they reveal who they truly are. He fixed his kingdom not by passing new laws, but by listening to the laws of nature and the hearts of his people. The story of King Vikram is not just about a king from the past. It is about you. Every day, you are bombarded with noise. Your phone, your social media, the people around you, and most importantly, the voice inside your head that never stops judging. If you want to find the secrets to your own life, the answers to your problems, the spark for your creativity, the peace for your soul, you must learn to be silent. Try this today. Spend just 10 minutes in total silence. No phone. No music. No talking. Just listen. Listen to your breath. Listen to the world around you. You will find that when you stop talking, the universe starts speaking. You will find that you don't need to shout to be powerful. Like King Vikram, you will discover that the greatest secrets are hidden in the quiet moments. Remember, a wise man once said that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Be the observer. Be the listener. Be the silent power in the room. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs peace today. Thank you for watching, and stay wise.